Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel.
It's been a hot minute.
Yeah, it's been a little while and we feel terrible. We're excited to be back, and we got our first snow, like our first real snow. I mean, second real snow of the season, and it's beautiful outside. Just a little windy.
You won't let me go shopping today.
Yeah, I don't want you driving on those roads. We wanted to take some time and talk about what it's like throughout the holidays. I mean, myself, and I believe I can speak for Megan too, we look forward to the holidays, and there's a lot of fun time with family. There's just different things that you get to experience, whether it's opening gifts or having time playing games with your family or going out hitting the slopes or something like that. I mean, it just depends on where you're at and what you do, your different traditions that you have throughout the holidays, but they can be a stressful time of the year, and especially when you involve having Tourette syndrome in that as well.
It can make it interesting.
Yeah, it can make for some tough times, and we wanted to explain some of the different strategies that I implement when I'm in social gatherings, when things are getting really crazy, and just what types of things make it easier to work through each day, and still be able to enjoy yourself and enjoy time with your family, enjoy time with your friends, enjoy time with your significant others. All right, so 3 major things that I want to touch on that can make holiday times a little bit more stressful for me with having Tourette syndrome is lack of structure being the first one, a stress in social situations, and then the third thing would be just, reduced activity, whether it's because of travel or limitations from the weather outside, depending on where you live, because where we live, we get a lot of snow during some of the more major holidays like Christmas, and I guess if we're lucky, Thanksgiving. Usually we don't, but in social situations, I've touched on my issues with that and how it can make me anxious going into really big or stressful social situations. And pretty commonly around the holiday time, you meet up with family, you meet up with friends, you might meet new people, just depending on what you're doing and where you're going. And though you might see family as someone that you'd be close with, it depends on how often you see them. But when I've got one of my sides of my family is really big, so I don't get to see them all the time. And when we've got, 15, 20, 25 people all together, it can be loud, it can be, crazy, a lot going on, a little overstimulating.
It's hard to follow a lot that's going on in those ones because there's so many things happening at once. There's so many conversations. There's, people constantly coming up and asking, what's new? What are you doing now? Just all the different things, and it's very hard to keep track of, and it leads to a very stressful situation.
Yeah, and one of the biggest things I struggle with is carrying on conversations at times. If someone's talking to me, we'll go through the general questions like, how have you been? How's work going? Back when I was in school, how's school going? Just all the general things that you might talk about. Once that's kind of out of the way and we're moving on to something else, I sometimes have a hard time thinking of, because maybe I'm a little bit buried by my anxiety or my stress. I'm having trouble thinking of other topics to bring up to talk about. And with having a lot of people, it's hard to remember what's going on in their lives too. So you might be able to ask them the general questions, but it's hard to know what they've been up to, what different things might have changed in their life since the last time that you saw them. that being kind of an overview of how I struggle with social situations and gatherings with friends and family, and even with when we go and see your family, and I probably see them even less than, depending on who it is. I remember one Christmas we went over and saw your extended family and on your mom's side, and
Yeah, that was the largest it ever was on it.
yeah, so I mean, it's things like that where they're new situations and they can be. The first thing that I would say is before you get to the social gathering or whatever it is, the people that you're meeting with, prepare yourself for it mentally and take some time to think about the people and who you're meeting with, and in some ways prepare yourself to have a conversation with different people. I mean, think about what you've done in the past and what different things you can bring up. If you take any trips anywhere or you start any new hobbies, just give yourself some material to be able to talk about and have a conversation with someone. And another thing is when you're in these social gatherings, when you're getting a little overstimulated, there's too much going on, you can't keep track of it all, it is okay to escape from the situation. Take 5 or 10 minutes and find someone that you're comfortable with. You can tell them that you're having a tough time at that point. If you don't feel comfortable with that, then just talk to them, make some conversation, or you can just completely walk away from whatever's going on and just go get yourself some water, get some fresh air, take some time to just kind of decompress and get yourself back to ground zero.
I mean, it's okay to have a vice to help yourself, whether that's, you know, spending a few minutes on your phone, bringing something to fidget with, you know, going and listening to a song that brings you back to, you know, a good place. Like, whatever you have to do, like, in those moments, you have to remember that it's more about fixing yourself, so you can go back and have those conversations, so you can go back into that situation.
Mm-hmm. It's bringing your mind back around to a level that is calm, collected, and ready to be able to think about conversation. And who knows, I mean, maybe you'll come back from those 5-10 minutes and you go talk to someone and you realize, oh my goodness, oh yeah, that's right, I remember they did this, and their kids are doing this, and their family is, you know, just moved, or they just took a cool vacation. And you might be able to kind of give yourself the opportunity to supply yourself with thoughts and ideas and stuff to talk about. So the next thing that I wanted to bring up is, this is probably a big one for a lot of people, is lack of structure. And when you go into the holidays, it's so hard to plan for each and every day, what's going to happen, what you're going to do. I mean, take Christmas for instance. If you, again, go out and you're meeting up with people, you're going out shopping, maybe getting some presents for someone, decorating the house. I mean, it's more so there's just a lot going on. And again, using the word, it might be a little overstimulating, a little too much at once. And so being able to run through in your head, maybe before the day even begins, first of all, get yourself up, get yourself ready, get excited for the day, eat some food. That's very important to get yourself, get some nutrition in you, and
just especially around the holidays, you never know what you're having, and if there's, you know, one thing that, like, one part of your routine in the morning or at night, if that's more of, you know, how you work, that can set you up to prepare for the chaos.
Oh yeah.
Like, that's that's what you need to do.
Give yourself a plan and run through the day in your head, get an idea of what you're doing, and just be ready for each individual thing that's going to happen. Especially if you like to be organized, if you like to have a schedule, have something to base your day off of. Because the thing is during the holidays, you've got time off. If you're in school, you usually have some sort of winter break or holiday break, and there's just not a whole lot going on, which for some people might actually be helpful, and they might just like the fact that they get to relax and they don't necessarily have things that are planned and something that they need to be doing each and every day. But at the same time, some people like that structure, and they like to be able to have I'm doing this at this time and I'm done at this time. Or if you're working, the same idea. So take the time, and I like to just run it through my head. You can write it down, you can put it in a planner. We've all got phones nowadays. You can put it in your phone, set up reminders for what you got going on, and just take it one thing at a time. Don't sit there and think of everything that's going on at once, and just take it slow, and you'll find yourself at the end of the day, and you'll be happy with how it went, and it's going to be rewarding for you just to be able to set yourself up for success. And then lastly, I've struggled with this a lot, and being active during the holidays. Some people might find themselves, you've got a lot of different foods and sweets and things like that available to you during the holidays, and I find myself snacking on things all the time, and so there's nothing necessarily wrong with that, but it does also, it's important to be able to stay active and to be able to give your body a chance to process everything. So when I find myself not exercising, I at times can feel tired, feel like I just don't really want to do anything, because when you exercise, it's releasing endorphins in your body and actually creating a positive feeling throughout your body, mentally, physically. And during the holidays, when weather is limiting your ability to be able to go outside and do a whole lot, especially if you don't like snow, if you can find time to, maybe take a quick walk somewhere, there's always exercises that you can do with your own body, with small weights around the house or exercise bands or things like that. It doesn't have to be exercising, but staying up and active.
Well, it's active or anything that is like mentally stimulating.
True, yeah.
Anything that will make your body kind of tired in a sense, but not like sleepy.
Yeah, because even playing a game like with your family that involves some thinking, drawing, writing, playing music,
just something to stimulate your
mind and your
your body to release those endorphins somehow will help.
Yeah, it'll help calm you down. It quite obviously is healthy for you as well. For me, it's something where it helps keep weight stable. Probably more the physical exercise side of things, but because one of the medications I take actually has caused issues with weight gain, and that's something that I'm always conscious of, and I need to be aware of how much exercise I'm getting and what I'm doing, especially on these snowy days like today, where it's not as inviting to go outside and take a walk or run or bike or whatever it may be.
I feel like we spent time cleaning, and that'll get out some of that, and organizing stuff. Like we both enjoy that, so it's
Yeah, because
something we can do together.
like she was saying, mentally stimulating and physically stimulating is important. So getting a good mix of those. So those are a few things that are important to pay attention to during busy times such as the holidays, and really can allow you to set yourself up for success through each and every day. You can apply these tips and tricks in your daily life outside of the holidays as well, at work, at school, just on your days off. If you have a busy day ahead of you and you want to be prepared for it, that it's important to take some of these tips and implement them into your daily life.
It's do whatever is best for you and find the way that your body likes to work through things, and then if you don't enjoy that, find another way to counteract them.
Yeah, well said. So we have a few other plans for some videos in the near future, so we'll try and keep up on.
Yeah, it was an interesting few months. We went on vacations, spent some time with family.
Yeah, we had some cool vacations and
separate vacations.
Yeah, I had a boys trip and she had a kind of a family trip. So
I did. Well,
a trip with your family.
I went
that was
to go
the
visit
destination.
My family. Yeah. It was technically solo traveling, but
right. But we'll definitely plan to make some more videos, and we thank you guys for the continued support and the comments that we've gotten, and we hope to see more interaction from you guys if you have any questions or anything like that. So thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.
Bye.
See ya.